Welcome, I'm Phil, and I'm pretty excited for this session. I'm here to teach you one of the arguably greatest songs of all time. This is Imagine by John Lennon. And I'm going to be teaching you the rookie easy arrangement. So for all of you newbies out there, if you're just getting started, this is for you. You're going to be able to do this. It's really fulfilling and fun to play this arrangement. It covers the intro, the verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. Let me show you now what you're going to be learning. I'll play it all the way through. And then we'll start to break it down. Okay, well, that's the arrangement that we're going to be going over in this session. I'm excited. Now, we're going to get started right now, but we're not going to jump into all of that stuff at once. Let's start first with just the intro. All right, my friends, we're looking at the grand staff, and of course, that means both hands. The top treble staff represents the right-hand notes. The bottom bass staff represents the left-hand notes. And take a look at this. The left hand is just resting for this intro. Now, we will be playing with the left hand in the future sections, but for now, the right hand is setting this intro up. So let's talk about that first. We're going to get our right hand up into our hand position. I'll teach you that now. We're going to put our first finger on G, above middle C. So here we are here. The rest of our fingers will fall to the right. Second finger on A, third finger on B, fourth finger on C, and our fifth finger, pinky, on D. If you haven't done it yet, get your hand up here. Get familiar with this hand position. We can play up and down through it. We really want to get familiar here because this hand position is going to remain the same through the entire arrangement. That's right, we're not going to be jumping around and moving around here. Once you're locked in, you're set for the whole song, all right? So now that we're in position, let me go ahead and teach you the finger pattern for the notes that we see here to start in this intro. First, we see a 1. That means our first finger. And that's on G. We'll do another G. Another 1. Then we play 3. That's on B. Next up, we have 2 on A. And we'll do a few of those 2s as well. Now we're going to rest. We're halfway through this intro. Check it out. We're going to do the same thing again. 1, 1, 1. 3, 2, 2, 2. Okay, well, I hope you can see that even after just a couple of numbers, we're already hearing something that's sounding like this song, right? Maybe it's the melody or the piano riff. So let's keep moving. We've already started to build momentum. What I'd like to do now is try this in time. So let's bring in the backing track. Let's play along with our band here. And let's focus a little bit more on the rhythms. And let's start with the slow tempo here. Starting with 1, 1, 1, 3, 2. Nice and even with all these. And rest, and again. 1, 3, 2. And rest. All right, so there it is at the slower tempo. I hope you guys enjoy playing along with the backing track. I know I do. Well, let's keep it moving here. I want to speed things up. So let's bring the band in at the full tempo now. And I just want to encourage you, when you're practicing on your end, take your time at the slow speed. You may want to do it several times there, and that's okay. But for now, I'm going to demo it at the full tempo. Here we go. 1, 3, 2, and rest. Now we're going to look at the verse, and we are going to be playing with both hands here, but we're going to start with just the right hand, shall we? Now, you probably remember from the intro that we just worked on our hand position, but we only used the first 3 fingers, right? We were doing a pattern of 1, 1, 1, 3, 2, 2, 2. Well, as we look at this verse notation, we see more notes, we see some varied rhythms, but rest assured, we're still for now just using variations of our first 3 fingers. So let's get in position, let's remember that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play this through one time for you to give you a sense of how these new rhythms are supposed to feel and sound. After that, I'll teach you the new pattern. Still starting with 1, 3, 3, 2. Here's a rest. Next phrase coming up. 1, 1, 3, 2. Bit more rest. Next phrase. 1, 1, 3, 3, 2. Rest. Final phrase. 1, 1, 3, 3, 2. And rest. Okay, so you see what I mean? It's a lot of different notes and rhythms here compared to the intro, but it was still just variations of our first 3 fingers. What's really different about this section, as I mentioned, are those different rhythms. So let's take a minute to focus on the rhythmic side of things here. In the intro, we just had half notes, but here we have a mix of quarter notes, half notes, and whole notes. As you guys know, a whole note is the longer note, a half note is half of that, a quarter note is half of a half note. We got to spend some time with these rhythms, so let's dig in. So as I mentioned, we see these different rhythms, quarter notes, half notes, whole notes. We're actually starting with 2 quarter notes. And remember, the quarter notes are the fastest notes that we see here. Those are going to move pretty quick. For example, we have quarter note, then a half note. And then we quickly move to our 3rd finger, quarter note. Those are going to move quickly. Then we can relax a bit on this whole note. That holds for longer. And you're going to see a different variation of those rhythms for each of these phrases in the verse. So keep an eye out for that. And when you're ready, let's try this now in time. We're going to start with a rest this time. And then quarter, half, quarter, whole note. Let's hold that and rest. Good. Next phrase, a little different. Quarter, half, whole. 3rd phrase, starting with a half this time. Another half, quarter, whole. Now a rest. Final phrase is 4 quarters. Here we go. Quarter, keep it moving, now hold. That's it. Okay, there it is. There's our rhythms. When you're ready, let's now try to speed this thing up and play it in time at the full tempo. We're going to start with a rest, and then quarter, half, quarter, hold, and rest. Here we go. Quarter, half, whole, and rest. Now we have half, but quarter, whole. Final phrase, bunch of quarters. Then hold. Now we're going to be focusing on the left hand, so let's give our right hand a break, and let's learn the left hand for this verse. Now, just like the right hand, the left hand too is going to be in one hand position for this entire arrangement. It's not going to be the same position though. The right hand was here. The left hand is going to start its first note on a low C right here with our 5th finger. So 5 on C, and again, the rest of our fingers will just fall to the right. So 4 on D, 3 on E, 2 on F, and 1 on G. Get very familiar here, and if it's not up yet, get that left hand up. I want you guys really internalizing these positions. So here's our left hand position. Now that we're there, I can teach you the melodic pattern here using our finger numbers, okay? We're going to start with a nice big C. We're in the key of C after all. That's a nice place to start. Okay, then we're going to rest for several measures. And don't let that alarm you. There's a reason for that, and we'll get there in just a minute. For now, I want you to skip ahead to the next note that we see. That's an F with our 2 finger. And that's going to lead to the next measure, back to 5 on C. And that's a half note. We'll rest again for several measures. Check it out again. 2, 5. I'm starting to see a pattern here, are you? 2, 5. And we'll finally end this section with a 2. So that's our hand position, but for now, we're just using these 2 fingers within that 5-note position. 5 and 2. That's all there is to it for this left hand. So why don't we jump into our full speed? Let's try it now. Here we go. Start with 5. And we're resting. Get your 2 ready. 2, hold it, then 5, and rest. Same thing coming up. 2, 5. Again. Final note here to end the section is 2.